All right, guys, so in this video, we're continuing with the average rate of change, but we're going to look at computing the average rate of change from a graph and then also from an equation. So let's take a look at B. It says finding the rate of change from a graph. And so this is the graph that we're going to look at, and we're looking at specifically the interval from -1 to 2. So if I were to take my pen here, we are looking at from -1. So I'm just going to clearly identify what that point is, and then I'm going to go all the way over here to 2. All right, so I am looking at that net change, the average rate of change from those 2 points. So if I were to look at from the graph, remember that delta y is going to be the change in the y values. So the y value at 2 is 1, right? Minus the y value when x is -1 is 4. I don't know why I'm going really 1 minus 4 over, and then delta x is, again, the change in that interval. So we're going to go 2 minus -1. So here we would have -3. This double negative becomes a positive over 3, and we have a average rate of change of -1. And that kind of makes sense because for the most part, over the entire interval, we are decreasing. And so it looks like that has that negative kind of slope to it. All right. So we have now a rate of change from an equation. Okay, so with that being in mind, what we're going to have to do is calculate the y values over that equation. So remember that delta y is going to be the change in y. So we would have to find the change in y by plugging in the 4 and then subtracting the quantity when we plug in 2 all over delta x, which is going to be 4 minus 2. So let's go ahead and evaluate the function. When I plug in 4, I'm going to get, let me go off to the side and do this. F of 4 is going to be 4 squared minus 1 over 4. It's going to be 16 minus 1/4. So I could say that that's 15 and 3/4, right? Um, or I need to get that to be an improper fraction. So that's going to be 63 over 4. If you're not sure how I did that, I just went 15 times 4 is 60 plus 3 is 63 over 4. So I know that this value right here is 63 over 4 minus, now I've got to do f of 2. So f of 2 is equal to 2 squared minus 1 over 2. It's 4 minus 1/2, which is going to be 3 1/2, which is going to be 7 over 2. And again, it's 3 times 2 plus 1 gives me 7 over 2. So I'm going to put 7 over 2 right here. And it's all divided by 4 minus 2, which is 2. Oh, now we have a complex fraction, which we shouldn't necessarily shy away from at this point. We would want to get common denominators here. So if I were to take 63 over 4 minus, if this were to become a 4, I multiply this by 2 over 2. So it becomes 14 over 4. And so 63 minus 14 is going to give me 49 over 4. And so let's just join back into the equation here. So I've got 49 over 4 divided by 2. In a couple ways you can look at that. You should know how to simplify this from now. You could do giant 1. You can change it to arithmetic. 49 over 4 divided by 2 is the same thing as 49 over 4 times 1/2. So I get 49 over 8. And then that is going to be the average rate of change.